Hey there, it's Ben from Pattern Profits bringing you the weekend update and weekly watch list for the week of May 16th. Taking a look first, IWO, our proxy for small cap growth. Nice bounce there late last week. Not quite into 1020 cloud, but that's what we'd look for early in the week as a move into that 1020 cloud area. Above there, have that 231 to 233 area as potential resistance. It was support back here. Expect that may act as resistance if we're even able to push through 1020 cloud and make it back to that level. If we were to look at FFTY, the IBD 50, same type of setup here where you got strength late last week. Good volume there on Friday too. You've got a little gap there to fill too coming into 1020 cloud on strength. Above there, you look at 3428, that level above. If it's able to push through 1020 cloud, that may act as resistance. And then looking at the momentum ETF, PDP came right back up. 73.30 was a low here, and then just about tagged that on Friday to the upside right into 1020 cloud. We'll see if that's able to push above there and make any progress. Surprisingly, I was able to find quite a few setups, not a lot in growth, but there are more setups this week than what we've seen the last couple weeks. Some of them defensive, but there's quite a few more. Inside day here on Philip Morris PM. Watch that inside day come out. Confirmation 105.74, the standard pivot above. Had a couple pocket pivots up the right side. So just looking for that inside day to come out over the high of Friday, 104.82 would give early entry opportunity ahead of that 105.74 pivot. But again, defensive in nature. So going to want to make sure that the defensive names are what's participating. Also have AN, AutoNation. This one, cup with handle pattern, 126.39 standard pivot. Same thing over here. Pretty good volume up the right side. Just looking for that to push through 126.39 on big volume. Cup with handle pattern. If it does push through there, just be aware of these highs over here. 131.49 here and 133.48 if it does push through there. Be aware of those highs as it climbs the right side. Also, keep an eye on volume. Want to see that have heavy volume as it comes through that pivot. PPC again on our list this week. Didn't push through that pivot at 29.18, closed at 28.98. It tried to go. It did go through the descending trend line out of the flag. Saw 1020 cloud acting as support there. Pushed through the trend line, but wasn't able to stick the landing there and close above 29.18. So watching for upside continuation there. Also, pocket pivots up the right side, even though it doesn't look like it because of this big volume over here. A good volume on Friday as well, but needs to push through that 29.18 pivot. Again, that's Pilgrim's Pride, PPC, and the type of name that can work in this environment. My biotech friends, nice little setup here on PRCT. 40.69 is the standard pivot there, cup with handle pattern, but this one has a little descending trend line here in the handle, just looking for upside continuation there. Push through that descending trend line, gets in ahead of that 40.69 standard pivot. Did see good volume coming in late last week, and it saw that previously up the right side there. A few biotech names acting better. Another one, TMDX, Transmedics Group, cup with handle pattern. You had a power earnings gap here and acting well, consolidated, and Friday reclaimed that anchored VWAP from off of the power earnings gap, pushed back above. Now you've got that 31.20 pivot above. See if it can push through there. Be aware of the peg day high too, which was 30.87. So 30.87, then 31.20. The levels above to be aware of. On upside continuation, volume did ease as it pulled back. Just looking for that big volume push through 31.20 pivot. Again, that's Transmedics Group, TMDX. Also, Molson Coors, TAP, TAP. Let me zoom out a little bit for this one. Another cup with handle pattern, 61.48. The prior high on the left, 57.45, the standard pivot here. Just looking for that to push through there on big volume. Did see big volume, couple pocket pivots as this climbed the right side. We like to see that. And now just looking for that big volume push through 57.45. A couple other names I like in that group as well. So keep an eye on TAP. VSTO, Vista Outdoor, another one that's setting up. This one a little cheap pivot here at 41.20. Not quite a power earnings gap back here. Didn't quite have enough volume or enough gain, but earnings gap nonetheless. Came on good volume. You've seen good volume here as well. If we attach that anchored VWAP, you'll see that it was acting as resistance and then pushed through there on Friday. Came right off of 1020 cloud. Back above year-to-date anchored VWAP and anchored VWAP from off of the high. Now just needs to push through that cheat pivot 41.20. That's also the high of the earnings gap day. So looking for a push through 41.20 in VSTO. NTCT, one of my favorite setups into this week because I already own it. Power of 3 was back here and pushed through that 33.86 pivot we were looking for. Nice push through there. Now just needs to go through 34.87, the standard pivot above. Nice consolidation here, one of the few acting very well. Mostly this a short squeeze opportunity for me. The fundamentals aren't exactly where I like them, and an E-rated group. However, 6 days to cover on the short squeeze opportunity there, and not many setups look as clean as this with the downtrend we've seen in the market lately. Very few consolidating like this near highs. So looking for that push through 34.87 and continued squeeze there in NTCT. A couple more. Waste Management, WM, inside day here right at the 50-day moving average. This is one that I just like to play as it breaks. So if it breaks to the upside, taking out Friday's high, 158.70, you get long there, benched against 50-day moving average. If it does happen to roll over to the downside, taking out the low from Friday, 156.12, just have to be aware that that year-to-date anchored VWAP is right there too. I'd probably be more inclined to play this on a turn to the upside because of that support there. But if that were to give away and Thursday's low taken out, may play this to the downside as well. So that's one of those. Just keep an eye on the inside day for guidance there. Another one, Power of 3 setup, DGX. This one I'm leaning towards the short side, although this is another one that could be played in the direction of the break. You've got the Power of 3 set up there, really tight, 10, 20, 50 cloud, right there with price. If that makes the turn and push out to the upside, you can think about taking it on the long side. But for my purposes here, I'm thinking if this takes out the low, 135.70 was a low on Friday, maybe an opportunity to get short here and bench that against year-to-date anchored VWAP and those anchored VWAPs above, and then trail it with 1020 cloud. So again, these Power of 3 setups lately been working better actually to the downside than the long side, but we'll see what this one offers up. But still have it on the radar for a break in either direction early next week. Again, that's Quest Diagnostics, DGX, and I'm leaning to the short side. That's all I have into the week ahead. Hope you have a great trading week, and I will see you over on FinTwit.